I'd like to first just get a quick 101 for the people that aren't up to date on this issue. Where are we currently at on the climate issue? What's the current situation?
Well, we're not in a good place. We've known this has been coming for decades. We've had governments issuing warm targets and ambitious plans for the last couple of decades. We saw a disappointment at COP26 last year, November last year in Glasgow, when even the targets were agreed. The scientists were saying these weren't enough to stop. We've known about the worst excesses of climate change if we don't keep global warming below 1.5 degrees. And the targets that were raised at COP26 weren't far reaching enough, weren't ambitious enough, and weren't speedy enough. And to back that up, because people like myself were saying that after COP26, and to some people that, oh, it's the usual suspects, we can never do enough for them. But to back that up, we had the recent IPCC, the International Panel on Climate Change Commission report, which said really starkly, in the starkest language they've ever used, that we are failing massively. We are so far behind where we need to be to keep global warming at 1.5. And even if we keep it at 1.5, we still now have so many impacts already baked in. Increasing extreme weather events, all sorts of dramatic, horrible climatic upsets are going to happen already. So it's not only that we need to be thinking about lessening the impacts of climate change, but also how we build in the adaptation and resilience to deal with what's already going to happen. So we're not in a good place, and we've already got a UK government that is trying to backtrack on its agreements from COP26. But at the same time, I'm not by nature a pessimist. We are also in a good place in that awareness has never been higher. And what was inspiring for me at COP26 and in recent events that I've been to is we're starting to hear more from marginalised voices. While all the usual business as usual men in suits patting each other on the back was going on at COP26, there was also strong representation from indigenous communities around the world, making their voices heard and highlighting, because these are the communities that are being impacted already by the effects of global warming. So it was really encouraging to see those voices being heard, standing up. And in a parallel, I did an event at Cardiff University last night, a climate change awareness event. And again, it's the same. Voices of young people, and going back to Greta Thunberg, people who are being affected by this, people whose future is going to be affected by this, are speaking up. So we're not in a good place, but there is hope because a lot of people are aware of this and a lot of people are trying to do the right thing.